I'm Minna from Finland. I'm an enthusiastic knitter, knitting teacher, and I search for a joy of knitting in my projects. Come on, let's sit and knit together for a while. So today it's Wednesday, and I think, what would I say? Say 14th of July. Brought to you straight from Finland. And I thought I'd wind this yarn while we're filming and chatting a bit. This is from a Finnish dyer. It's also a Finnish wool, Diecat Studios. And it's kitten fingering weight sock yarn. It's 85% of wool and 15% of nylon. It's 50 grams. This is actually called tuhmis, which is like a little naughty in Finnish. And this is part of a pack. Sorry, this is going to be horrendous, this noise. Herding cats. I think there were 5 or 6 skeins of yarn. 6 skeins of yarn in this pack. And I've actually used some of them. They were really neon colors. And I've used some of them to make a t-shirt for myself, which is not finished at the moment. I think I started a year ago. These yarns have been sitting in my stash for quite a while now. And now I thought it's time to make some socks, because it is a sock yarn. And I've been waiting for this tuhmis color and this lovely white color where there's a little purple, blue, pink, neon pink in it. And it's quite cold colors. I thought I'd made some delicate socks. I think this color calls me for kind of Pride and Prejudice type of living. So I thought a little pair of delicate socks would be really nice to make out of this yarn. I actually cast on the socks this morning, starting with the different colour. And I thought a bit of something in the cuff. So I made some twists in here with the white colour. And I'll knit a bit, and then I'll start with the purple. So there's going to be like a ruffle in the cuff. And then I'm going to make, I think I'll go for the broken seed for the main part of the sock. Then I'll make the heel with the white. And then I think I'm going to go for the French heel, because it is, when I'm making top down socks, it is my favorite. I usually go for the, I usually make it from top down, and then I'll go for the, what is it called? The heel. Fleagle. I always think it's flying, I don't know why, but Fleagle heel, which I've also translated in Finnish, and calling the flying heel. That's why it's flying for me. And I'll go for the French heel, I think, because that just suits my feet. And then I'm going to make the toe with the white as well. Over the years, I've had horrendous problems with knitting socks that fit my feet, because my ankles are quite often swollen and they're thick because of that. But my heels and my feet are actually quite small. Well, not small in size, but they are quite, they're not wide, they're not swollen. It's just in my ankles. I'm trying to get, I have to make like 2 pairs of socks that don't match. And the heel is the point where it turns. So the heel needs to be quite delicate as well. But the ankle doesn't, but the foot does. So over the years, I've had quite a lot of trouble making socks that fit my feet. So I'm kind of hoping that this time I'll manage. and I'll get a pair of socks that actually do fit. But we'll see. I've tried different sorts of things, but I think I just need to make like 2 different pairs of socks that actually the heel is the twisting point, if you see what I mean. So I thought I'd chat for a minute and tell you about the projects I've done during the last week. I'm going to look around and find all my projects, and then I'm going to use B-roll when the light gets a bit better during the day, because it is 6 a.m. so it's a wee bit dark still. So I think I told you last week about the sea glass that I was going to start. Sea glass miming shirt or sweater, because I thought that the sea glass pattern looks like the arms are not wide enough for me compared to the bodice part, and that's why I thought I'd make my own pattern, not publish, but make my own version of it. And this is how far I got. I actually got separated the sleeves just a little while ago, and last night I was saying to my husband that it's very it's a lot of work, because there's like 5 strands hanging all the time. You are knitting with 2, but the other 4 are waiting. It's 6 strands actually. So there's like 6 strands of yarn, and they get twisted up, and it's finished wool, and it's a bit they get stuck together, believe me, when they roll each other. But I think the end result is just so lovely, and I think it's worth all of the struggle that I'm going to go through making this. I'm a bit terrified of the sleeves though, because it's going to be so narrow, but I think I'm going to make the skeins a bit smaller and attach them to the garment inside so that they won't get mixed as bad. But I do love it. I do absolutely love it. And I was thinking between the blue and the yellow for the main color, and I'm so glad I chose the yellow, because I think the blue wouldn't have, how do you say it? The colors wouldn't have shown so deeply from the blue. It would have been more subtle, the effect, but I think this works just brilliantly. Okay, I can't wait. It's very hot this week in Finland again, and I think it was a bit cooler when I started knitting this pattern, this sweater, and I think now that it's a bit cooler, it's not, well, how should I put it? I should be making summer knits instead of the winter knits I'm doing at the moment. But I'll show you there's some summer knits on my knitting needles as well. I don't know if you're a kind of a person that always just knits one garment and then just finishes it and then starts another one. I'm not that person. I have several knits. I have knits that I don't actually work on the moment, but they're waiting there. I might frog them, I might do them, finish them at some point, but there's a lot of whips, I assure you. I was actually thinking that I should go through all my whips and decide what to do with them, but I don't know if I can find them all. If I thought that now I'm going to start going through my whips, I think 2 weeks later I would find something, and I'd think, where was this 2 weeks ago? Well, we'll see. But I also have finished garment, which was actually a work in progress for a long time. I think I started this last year even, and I know that it's been hanging on my bookshelf for quite a while, and I thought I ran out of yarn, and I soaked it, and I was thinking that I need to order more yarn because the skirt was just too short for my liking, and I thought I'm not going to wear it. And actually what happened is that I worn off the whole skirt. I really don't know if I'm ever going to wear it. But yesterday, because I found some more yarn a little while ago, but I was so put off with the whole skirt thing that I thought that I'm not going to finish it. But yesterday I took the bull by the horns and finished the skirt. I even made one of the pockets. There's only one more pocket to go, and I'm thinking I'm going to do it today, and then I'm going to block it, because I need to block the hem. I don't need to wet the whole skirt because I've washed it once already, but I need to block the hem to see the final result and see if I'm happy with it, or should I just frog it. I might also leave it for the colder weather and see if it sort of grows on me, because it's just too hot to make any decisions of woolen skirts at the moment. Then I've been making this tiny vest for myself. I don't remember if I mentioned last week, or was it in the Finnish episode, that I have this vest era going on at the moment. And I'm making this lovely vest. It's made of BFL and Mossel something wool. It was a new brand or new type of wool for me, and it's absolutely, I love the feel of the yarn. It's Italian yarn, and I've bought it second hand, which is sort of seems to be my era at the moment, buying second hand yarn. Or I've bought the second hand yarn a long while ago, like this one. I think it's been a year at least when I bought it, and now I'm knitting it. I have 2 more skeins, so I think I might just need a little scarf or something when the vest is finished. I'm going to make a false bottom band for this, so that's why it's not broken, it's seed stitch. Is it seed stitch? And there's like stray of knit stitches in the front, so that I know where to pick up the stitches for the false bottom band. So it's going to look like there's a bottom band, but not really. It's just going to be knitted and sewn in, and some buttons. But I think this is going to be very nice for my best era. I had to listen if she's going to come and say something to me. And then I've been crocheting. I think for quite a while I've thought I'm not a crochet person. I am a crochet person, but I've been denying myself crocheting because I've been a knitting person. How silly is that? But now I started crocheting a carpet I showed you last week, and then it's not a carpet, it's a rug. And then I decided that I'm going to go for my stash, because I know these yarns have been waiting for years. They're also bought second hand, but they've been waiting for, I think, a good 2-3 years to be made of a crochet cardigan. And I thought it was the era when Minecraft movie came out, and Jack Black had this crocheted jacket that I think Jason Moe something did it for him, crocheted for him. They had the matching jackets, and I thought I'd make one of those out of this yarn. But then I thought, no, because I like granny squares a lot, I thought I'd make a granny square jacket. And I was watching a podcast by Edith Sarah, and I really liked her crochet jacket. She's quite a lot smaller person than me, and I think this is going to be very interesting, because I don't think I've got enough yarn to finish in these colors. There are different colors of this yarn that I've got, because it was a huge stash that I bought, but they're neon pink, or really, really bright pink, and they're bright red. so they don't really suit this color scheme that I've got in this crocheting at the moment. But there's quite a lot of white as well, so I thought I might just dip some dye in the white yarn. This is wool and silk, so I know that it should dye okay. Now I'm in the muddle. So I thought if I wind up the few of the white balls into a skeins of yarn, and then I dye them. Would it be blue? Would it be green? Something very different, so that it wouldn't matter that it's not exactly the same color, because there's green and blue in this part here, and I could just make it about a bit different. But I don't know, I haven't made any decisions, because I can plan them when I go along and see how much yarn I've actually got, because this is just my motto, how would you explain motto? Motto is musta tuntuu, I feel, so it would be IFE, motto, I feel. It's just a gut feeling that I'm going by, that I don't have enough yarn. I've got plenty still left. So what else? Last weekend I've been doing my todether fleece. I've been spinning every day except for Sunday, because Monday was going to be the day off, 13th, so it's 15th today. And I thought, because we were traveling back on Sunday, I thought I'm not going to spin on Sunday, but I'm going to spin on Monday. So I've been spinning every day, and I'm still loving it. And last weekend we went to Saimaa spinning cycling tour, and Saimaa spinning tour included where for years they've been going and spinning on this huge bridge. It's 100 kilometers before the race stops, and people were just so funny looking at us spinning on the on the bridge. And it was really nice, because Sanski, who's organizing the event, the spinning event, was teaching me how to use my old spinning wheel. And I've got an old spinning wheel that I got for free last year, and I don't know if it works, but I haven't been able to find out, because I haven't had the energy and strength to actually start looking how it works, and what I should do with it, and what other parts okay, and everything. But because Sanski had a spare spinning wheel there, and she taught me how to spin with it. She taught me how the things work in the spinning wheel. So now for me it's easier to look at my spinning wheel. It actually looks like all the parts are okay and working. I know in the pedal there's something that I need to fix, but that's not a big thing, because it's just manual and not actually so much to do with spinning the little bits. So now I can actually organize it and start trying how to spin with it. Today I'm going to go and get some new ribbons for it, so after that we'll see. But the event was lovely, and now we can look at the bits and bobs, what happened during it.
Hyvä, hyvä. Hop, 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 hop. Hop, 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 hop. Hyvä, hyvä, jaksaa. Hop, hop. Hop, 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 hop.
We had a blast. I didn't stay up all night. I went to bed early and then I got up just before 4. I went for a swim and then I went to meet all the spinning people on the bridge, and it was just lovely, the feeling and sensation. And oh gosh, I hope I can get there next year as well, because they are going to go next year and every year. But my skein is almost finished. I've got all my winders and skein holders and everything, but I just can't be bothered with 50 grams or even 100 grams. I'm just too lazy to get them out. I even have an electric winder, but still seems such a hassle because it's quite easy to do it, I find. Like this, holding it myself. This is finished yarn. This sort of wraps itself, so it takes a little more effort. Usually my husband is the one using the winder and he's at work, so I need to do it myself, and this is how I do it. I hope you have enjoyed the episode, and we'll see how my knits get along, and I'd hope to hear what's on your needles at the moment. Please comment below. I haven't checked the stats on last video. I know that there's one subscriber, thank you very much, and I didn't want to check my first video's status, because I thought that if there's no watches I'm going to be devastated and I'm not going to be happy making this video, because somehow I'd really want people to find me. I don't know what it is. I think the joy of knitting is such a big thing that everybody deserves it, and I want to be spreading the word of doing projects that you really love. So I'm hoping that people have found me. If not, I'll keep turning back. I'll keep coming back, turning up, and I'll hope I'll see you in the future as well. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see me in the future, please subscribe. It's a difficult word. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon. Have a nice knitting time until we meet again. Bye bye.